Before meeting the new bobber at the press dispatch and later test riding it, I knew little of the term bobber. Yet, now I can state, because of my Triumph Bonneville bobber ride involvement, I am a fanatic of the novel and specific styled cruiser. With Triumph's know-how and ability, the new bobber dazzles the 1930s bounce work conventions as well as amazingly joins the present current Triumph bike execution and quality. What's a bobber? These came to fruition in the 1930s as a style of custom cruiser where stripping surplus bodywork from the bicycle to decrease the bicycle's weight and make it speedier. Riders expelled the front bumper, abbreviated the back bumper, weaving it as in bounce tail, which was most ordinarily called a sway work. These assembles happened directly through to the 1990s. Bounce employments mirrored the visual tastes of their proprietors, and were home fabricated. Along these lines, Triumph took their Bonneville T120 and stripped it back to give every one of the qualities of a genuine bobber. With a low position, straightforward lines, and negligible bodywork, wide level handlebars, etched tank, single seat, wire spoked wheels, and the all-indispensable weave-tail backside. Triumph Bonneville bobber, thrilling ride, amazing sound. Amid the revealing of the Triumph Bonneville bobber, I really had the opportunity to see its completions and feel its frame and weight, sitting on it. With that, I was recently educated of the bobber history and notoriety. I wasn't sold on its appeal. Be that as it may, amid my street test in Daytona, Florida, once I set the Bonneville bobber start on and quickened along the street, the bobber stole my heart. The tone of the vertical twin, and its dealing with caught all what a cruiser's most fundamental and straightforward sensations ought to be, unadulterated riding. Triumph offers customization choices in choices called motivation units, planned to influence the bobber to feel more retro or even set it up like an old school drag bicycle. I had the opportunity to appreciate two of Triumph's motivation bundles. Rivalry Green Bobber Cafe Racer Style. High Handlebar Jet Black Bobber Exemplary. Retro Minimalism. With the current pattern in bistro racer, scrambler, and retro-styled bikes by any semblance of the millennial or fashionable person swarms, the 2017 Bonneville bobber shows up in a way that appears it's been made by a custom biker manufacturer. The bobber truly isn't care for some other Triumph display in the organization's lineup. With an about level handlebar, tire embracing back bumper and solo seat, take it appropriate back to prior time styling, which is without a doubt extremely popular. The bobber holds its line. The bobber quickens hard in a straight line, and effectively achieves triple-digit speeds instantly. While the bobber has no issues cruising at higher velocities, the rider may have some, particularly with the primate holder higher handlebar. The bobber has no breeze screen. This is close to home, as with myself, I generally appreciate the sentiment being out there. Taking a gander at the cruiser styling of the bobber, you'd expect it to not have much cornering capacity, but rather it took care of the corners easily with its low focal point of gravity. Its drive, emphasized with the bass notes of the cut pea shooter silencers, made them say to myself, I need one. Proprietor customization in mind. A key part of cruiser-styled bikes is their customization capacities. Triumph has guaranteed this remains constant with the Bonneville bobber, with more than 150 parts to choose, running from new seats to approved fumes frameworks. My favorite bobber features: 1. 2 riding modes, road and rain. I appreciate having the capacity to choose these choices for the conditions I'm riding in. 2. Switchable footing control. Again, another accessible choice that'll give certainty on different landscapes. 3. ABS. 4. Torque assist clutch. This conveys a lighter vibe to the grip work, making operation less demanding, and you can ride longer. On changes, the transmission fluidly moves into the following gear, particularly when performing grip-less moves. This even considers a one-finger pull on the grasp to move it into the following apparatus. Enormous favorable position for weaker hands. 5. Sharp taking care of and ease corners. 6. A customizable seat that can slide in reverse or forward and also tilted higher or lower. 7. Bona fide battery box with stainless steel tie. Who is the bobber for? For anybody into retro cruiser type bicycles and need to put forth a style expression, the Triumph Bonneville bobber will fulfill you exceptionally. For new riders, its flexibility and controllable, and for those with more experience, it will keep you genuinely engaged. The Triumph Bonneville bobber is intended for a solitary rider so in case you're wanting to ride a traveler, this isn't the bicycle for you. There is no alternative of introducing an adornment traveler situate. Your more drawn-out separation range might be constrained with its 9.1-liter fuel tank. The Triumph Bonneville bobber offers the best of the two universes, a snappy bicycle with the aggregate execution qualities intended to engage you on each ride. The bobber is great incentive for cash. In my view, the bobber is a standout amongst the most wonderful bicycles in Triumph's lineup. However, outside of its magnificence is that it is totally enjoyable to ride. The bobber is add up to quality from inside to out, the quality in which Triumph Cruisers is presumed for. The Triumph Bonneville bobber begins at $11,900 US, $13,700 Canadian dollars, 10,600 pounds sterling.